All right, news coming in on the very latest in the Goa fire tragedy. We are getting those visuals live on your screen right now where bulldozers have been sent off and they seem to be at work at the Luthra's Vagator Club. Now, bulldozer action at the Birch nightclub is what we are witnessing live on our screens at the moment. The backdrop to this, we all know that 25 people lost their life. 25 people, like I said, have lost their lives. Several others injured in the fire that took place at that club. My colleague Divyesh joins us for the very latest on this. Divyesh, we're looking at visuals where a JCB has gone inside. It's pulling apart the club quite literally over here, taking the infrastructure down as well. What is the strategy here by the government?
Well, I would like to point out that it was India Today television that first brought to light yesterday that this Romeo Lane Club, another club of the Luthra brothers located at the Vagator Beach, had been constructed illegally. There was a demolition order issued by the Bombay High Court, but despite that, this club hadn't been demolished and it was functioning till Sunday when the incident at the Birch nightclub of Luthra brothers at Arpora had happened. It had claimed 25 lives, and this story was highlighted, brought to light by India Today yesterday itself, and today you can see that demolition action has been initiated by the Goan government, by the Goa Tourism Department. Remember, this illegal construction has been done on land belonging to the Goa Tourism Department, and despite illegally grabbing government land, constructing a club on wooden planks on the beach of Vagator at Goa, this club functioned for good 5 years. Who was protecting the Luthra brothers? Who was preventing action against their clubs? This club was operational till Sunday. Remember, Saturday night, fire engulfed the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub at Arpora. 25 lives were lost, several others severely injured, but this club was functioning till Sunday afternoon, and now after India Today highlighted this illegal construction by the same prime accused, the Luthra brothers, the illegal construction is being demolished by the Goa Tourism Department. So what was the Tourism Department doing?
Yeah, but Divyesh, I have a question here. I want to understand that the clearance as well, the clearance for the club also came from the government, is that correct? You've also been reporting that earlier there was some sort of objection posed by the Panchayat, but the club did go on to get some clearance from the government. So the government is going on to bring it down on a clearance that they had only provided. Am I to understand that right?
Well, see, this particular nightclub was located at Vagator. Similarly, like the Birch nightclub, where the fire took place, where the fire tragedy happened, this club was also, you can see it has been constructed on wooden planks on the beach itself. It has been constructed on the Vagator Beach. I would ask my camera person to pan and show that the complete construction is of wood. It has been erected on wood, illegally erected on wood, on the beach, which is not allowed. And it is a land belonging to the Goa Tourism Department. So how are they functioning? Who was protecting them? Who was not allowing, despite a Bombay High Court Goa bench order to carry out demolition on this property? There are activists who had complained to several authorities of the Goa government, but the action had not been taken. There was no action being taken. Who was protecting the Luthra brothers? Who was protecting their clubs, illegal clubs in Goa? That also needs to be investigated. But here, a day after the India Today report, you can see the action has begun, and Goa government has initiated this demolition action. Right now, the demolition is going on the illegally constructed parts, which is on the beach of Vagator. This is a Goa tourism land.
Divyesh, two questions. Divyesh, I want to come to you with two questions. Number one, how many more such clubs exist in Goa that are owned by the same Luthra brothers? And number two, I want to understand, do we have any idea from police on where the Luthra brothers are? Everybody by now knows the airline they took and where they landed. But despite that information, do we have any knowledge of where in Phuket are they, or have they gone somewhere else? Have the police managed to get any leads on them?
Well, regarding the first question, there are there were 5 such properties owned by the Luthra brothers in Goa, of which 3 were nightclubs, 1 was a restaurant and 1 a cafe. So 3 nightclubs was there. One was Birch by Romeo Lane, where the fire tragedy happened. Second is this one, Romeo Lane, which is a bigger property, much bigger than the Birch property. This is a much bigger property. It starts from the hilltop and comes down till the beach, and it has been constructed illegally. For the second question that you asked, that any idea regarding where the Luthra brothers are presently. So IG Varsha Sharma from Goa Police just briefed media about it, and she said that police is taking all possible action, all possible channels are being used so that the Luthra brothers could be traced in Thailand. They were in Thailand, they landed in Thailand, and authorities are in touch with the Interpol through the CBI, which is the Apex Investigation Agency. Interpol has been alerted. A blue corner notice has already been issued to trace and get details of the Luthra brothers on where are they located. And a while ago we spoke to senior topmost official of the Goa Police and checked regarding if the Luthra brothers were detained in Thailand, but that is not true. That was told to us that was not true. Attempts were being made to trace them, and further with the help of Thailand authorities and further with the help of Interpol, they could be brought back, they can be brought back, and attempts are being made to detain and bring them back to the country so that they could face law, they could face justice for the death of 25 innocent citizens. Remember, 23 of them died in the basement because they suffocated to death. 2 of them charred to death. Who was responsible for death of
Who's
these
responsible
25%?
for that? Devesh, also I'm thinking we are just nearing the Christmas season. We are nearing New Year's as well. This is the time when Goa is most busy, when all flights are expensive, clubs are booked, hotels are booked as well. A lot of India's elite go to Goa to party. This entire tragedy, has that taken a toll on the mood in Goa? And what are restaurateurs, others, really telling you at this point?
Well, yes, this is the season where a lot of tourists come to Goa, and Goa is already seeing a surge in number of tourists who have come to Goa for holidays. It is the year end, many more tourists are going to come. But now the Goan government has emphasized that there will be regular checks. There will be checks that will be conducted in each and every nightclub. Audits will be done. Fire safety audits will be carried out so that no such incidents happen in future where innocent people lose their lives. So all precautions are being taken. But let's see for how long this action continues. So we need to wait and watch what the Goa government does in near future. Like the tragedy has just happened. It was just 2 days back that 25 people have lost their lives. But we need to wait and check on what Goa government does. Will it be regular practice? Will it be a regular practice? Regular audits will be done. Regular safety audits will be done. Whether permits will be checked, whether the permissions will be checked. Because
Devesh, whether the inquiry will find out that who allowed construction like this to happen from within the government as well. As you and I both know, any illegal construction of this magnitude, of multiple locations, multiple restaurants, clubs, etc., doesn't take place in a silo. It always is hand in glove with somebody in a position to power who's managed to sanction it off. And for Goa government, where a lot of their economy depends on tourism, one would like to believe that they're taking this issue seriously and will get to the bottom of the matter.
Well, exactly. Who was the person, who was the high and mighty person that was protecting these Luthra brothers? So there have been allegations that even if the local police wanted to take action, they had initiated action, but they were stopped. So who are these high and mighty people who were protecting these Luthra brothers and who were protecting their business interests, who were protecting their illegal clubs in Goa, constructed on illegal land, without fire safety permission, without fire safety audit, without any kind of permits, without any kind of norm being followed? These clubs were functioning, people frequented these clubs, and it was just a ticking time bomb. Even this club was a ticking time bomb constructed out of wood, cane and jute. If a fire erupted at this place, it cannot be stopped. Like, there is no fire safety precaution being taken. Now illegal construction has been done, various rules have been flouted, coastal regulatory rules have been flouted, the CRZ norms have been flouted. So despite that, this club functioned for 5 years. How was this possible? And at a beach which is very prominent, which is frequented by foreign tourists as well, how did this club come up? Wasn't it noticed by the local panchayat? Wasn't it noticed by the local police? Wasn't it noticed by the government authorities of the tourism department that their land was being usurped and club had come up on their land? So what was being done? Why did they turn a blind eye to it? Why were the authorities turning blind eye towards Luthra brothers' business interests and allowing them to function in a way which could endanger life and personal safety of others? People paid for visits to these clubs and they were endangering their lives. Imagine this complete club has been erected on wooden planks, nailed with joints, and just a strike with the earth mover and it has come down. Imagine if it was full, if there was heavy footfall, what could happen? This was a ticking time bomb. There was another tragedy waiting to happen, and that is why activists had flagged it with authorities. But there was no action then. Now action is happening after 25 lives have been lost. Over to you.
Action, but this is like a band-aid solution, right? You go after one person, you go after one such restaurant chains. What about the others? Where is the audit report? If you'll remember, after the Upahar tragedy that happened in the national capital several decades ago, there were new laws that were set out in the country on what fire safety will entail for any entertainment place. Clearly, those laws have been flouted, but one wonders if this is the only club or there are others also in the radar. Do you have a sense from the government on what they're doing about the other clubs? Like we said, this is peak season in Goa. You can only expect more people if they're not deterred by the news, of course. Are there any preparations being done outside as well, apart from what we are seeing behind you?
Well, yes, there are many. Government of Goa needs to work on this, needs to work and carry out a detailed audit of all the clubs that are located across Goa, of all those clubs that are located across Goa, so that no such incidents happen, no such tragedies happen, and people's lives are not lost. People who had come for to enjoy their evening, people who had come to enjoy their evening at the club lost their lives to a fire that erupted because of fireworks being used by the club management. They had used flammable material, and that flammable material became a death trap for 25 people. It became a death trap for 25 people who had come, like many of them were workers, many of them were employees of the club who lost their lives. There were four tourists who lost their lives because of some person who was trying to make a quick buck out of these illegal settlements, out of these illegal business interests, which had no permissions, which had no government permits, which had no permission from the panchayat or the town and country planning department, no trade license at all. But despite that, they had been functioning for years together. For years, they had been flouting noise pollution norms, the pollution board norms, the coastal regulatory norms, trade license norms. All those norms were flouted. They were not followed at all. But despite that, now this action is happening after 25 lives have been lost. Over to you.
You know, it's if I can be candid about this, we all know that in India, if you go on to check permits of one place, it will be hard to find a place which is fully proofed, right? Which has all permits in place. That's just how we operate. If you go and find something, you will find a flaw. This is an open sort of secret of sorts that there are always, flouting of norms that takes place. But again, I'm coming back to that point. What is the plan of action that government has in mind? Are they putting any sort of certificates to be put out right at the entry of these clubs to boost confidence of people who are going inside? Is there an audit that has been ordered? Is there an independent inquiry that is taking place on this issue? Because right now these are very dramatic pictures, but like he said, this is getting after one person. This is also going behind one particular chain of restaurants. What about others that might exist and we don't know about?
Well, exactly, you rightly pointed out. What about the others? Now, Luthra brothers have erected these. Luthra brothers have illegally created these clubs. They did not wait for permissions. They did not wait for any kind of permits, and they just erected these clubs. It is not possible for a layman to do that. It is not possible for an ordinary person to do that. They did have some kind of influence, some kind of protection from some person who was high and mighty and who was protecting them. And that is why no action has been taken. You put a brick at your place and the municipal authorities come running to your place asking you to remove that brick, or they'll demolish the complete wall. Or they'll demolish the complete wall. That is the condition in civic bodies across the country. If an ordinary person puts one illegal brick, one brick, additional brick to his wall, the complete wall will be demolished by the civic authorities. But here a full-fledged club comes up which is hosting 200 to 300 patrons every evening. But there are no questions being asked. When activists pointed out to these illegalities, irregularities, they were threatened. Activists approached police, approached Goa government, approached senior officials, but no action was taken. Was it possible in case of an ordinary person? Was it possible in case of a layman? No, that won't be possible. But for Luthra brothers, they had a red carpet, and that is why not one or two, they had created 5 business entities in Goa itself, and they would be here once in a month or twice in a month to oversee the functioning of the club. But they had multiple clubs operating across India, and of which 5 were in Goa itself. How was this possible? This brings to a question that how was this possible? The person residing in Delhi, coming to Goa just for a day or two, and his club runs smoothly. A completely illegal club runs smoothly without any problems from the authorities, without any questions being asked, without any penal action being taken against them.
Got it.
Only after the...
Divyesh, we'll come back to you to get more of those dramatic pictures that are coming in. For viewers who are just tuning in, let me just give you a very quick sort of brief here. If you're tuning in right now, these are pictures coming from outside the Romeo Club. It is owned by the same people who owned the club, where 25 people lost their life because the fire safety norms were not in place.